So I'm from Monza. I was born there, so I used to say I'm the original in our group, in our sister city. And I was born as Irma Galli, and now I'm here like Irma Johnson. I'm some identity crisis. I've been here for 8 years now. But I used to divide my life into parts. BK and AK, before kids and after kids, because it was like a completely different life, but not just for the kids. So I started to say, I was born in Monza, as I said. I've been a teacher for 17 years. I've been a sprinter also, and I was on the Italian team. So I brought the Italian T-shirt around in the competition. And then I met my husband. People were asking me, and I say I'm not anticipate on a plane. So I'm here because he's an American. And so after a few years, we live in Italy, we move here. And my life started second time in Indianapolis. That happened 18 years ago after I had my first child. And when you arrive, we stay for 3 years here. Then the company moved us to Puerto Rico, and then in Spain for other 3 years. So I've been away 6 years. I had to learn another language, Spanish, and we are back since for 8 years. So that is the two part of my life. I've been working on the Sister City Committee for 4 years, and I'm enjoy that because I'm the opportunity to share my city with the people here to try to organize exchange between the two cities. We are all the sister city, as Jane said, it was established in 1994. I was not on the committee, but the new one, it just started a few years ago. We're still struggling in the search of a volunteer. So we didn't have yet all the activity that Cologne was able to organize. So my speech is more on introduce you my city, Monza, that is a little city, a little sister, say, because we have just 1,200 people. It's not big as Indianapolis, but it's probably a much older city because historical artifacts found in Monza, they go back to the Bronze Age, so it's a quite old town. I have some props then. So probably, so you say Monza have this poster we prepare for our fest. Is in Lombardy. It's very beautiful position because it's just 2 hours away from Venice. In an hour and a half you can reach the seaside. In like 40 minutes you can ski on the Alps. So it's a very nice location. It's very close to Milan, even if these two cities has a very completely different identity. Like from the border of one city to the other, just 3 miles. From downtown to downtown, the two cities are like 15 miles or less. So it can be considering the area, Milano area. If you decide to go to visit the city, there are so many monuments. It's not a very touristic city, but there are many beautiful things you can see. The main building is the cathedral, the one on the bottom, the poster here. And it's famous because inside is the house of the Iron Crown. Do you know about the Iron Crown? This is the paper version that we prepare for Sister City Fest. But it's a beautiful crown. They've been used by 7 different emperors to become kings of Italy. One of them was Napoleon, Charles V, so many other, and even all the other kings of Italy. And is a relic because the legend said that inside, here is not showed, there is a metal ring, and this ring supposedly is one of the spikes or the nails from Christ's cross. And so this is the main thing with all the other treasure that belong to the museum in the church. It's a Lombard jewel, because the other very important part of the Monza history is related to Queen Theodolinde, that it was a Lombard from Germany, but married with the king of the Lombard in Lombardy, and she brought the summer residence in Monza. She was a Catholic queen, and she started the construction of a small chapel dedicated to Saint John in the place where now we have the cathedral. So the back part of the cathedral is still part of the old Queen era. She also, when her husband died, government their land, and it was very unusual for a lady, for a queen, to cover that position. Going back to the thing you don't have to miss if one day you visit Monza is the Royal Villa. It was built in 1777 by the Austrian. They, at that point, were on that area of Italy as a summer residence. And around the villa, there is a huge park. And this park is the double size of Central Park. So it's very big, divided by the garden and the real park. And inside the park, there is the most famous thing in Monza, the Autodromo, the racing track. So our sister city relationship start with the racing track. This is the second oldest track after Indianapolis. It was built in 1922 and hosts the Formula One Grand Prix, the Italian competition, and is inside this park. So part of the park is just for the racing, so it's a very woody area, and Jane has the occasion to come in September and then visit it, and we had the opportunity to do 2 laps on this one. And as you can see, the shape, I have a better, yeah, maybe not, but this is a view from the top. There are 2 different tracks, one the oval one, and the other with a different shape that I have on my hat. They celebrated 20 years ago. They used the 90 for that. And this one, the oval one, hosts they try to do the 2-world competition between the cars, the Formula One car and the Indy car in 1997 and 1957, and 58, but it didn't last very long. The 2 cars were completely different. If you go to Indianapolis at the museum, they have the car that won the 1997 competition in Monza. The 2 Americans won one year, and the other year the competition. So there was not opportunity to continue. The cars were too different. But the relationship between the 2 cities started because the two racing track, so they're common, all the motorsport industry and all the connection related to that part of their history, the proper history. I want just to finish my speech with something that I find and I really like, an aphorism. They say, the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only 1 page. And I love this one because Sister City gave me the opportunity to read more pages, and the people that join us to read more pages of this book. Thank you.